The crack is probably the least important part of cracking a joint, but it doesn't feel that way. Your back feels tight, you twist, something pops, and for a moment, the whole area feels easier. It is very tempting to believe a bone was out of place, and the sound was it going home. That is not what happened. People tell me some version of "I just needed to crack" all the time. So first, the noise. Many of your joints are enclosed in a capsule containing synovial fluid. That fluid helps the joint surfaces move. It also contains dissolved gases. When you pull or rotate a joint far enough, the surfaces separate slightly and pressure inside the capsule drops. At a critical point, a gas-filled cavity appears very quickly. That rapid event is associated with the crack. Researchers have actually watched this happen inside a finger joint using real-time MRI. The surprising part was that the sound appeared with the formation of the cavity, not with the bubble collapsing afterward. That also helps explain why the same knuckle usually will not crack again immediately. The joint needs time to return to a state where the event can happen again, but not every click in a body is cavitation. A tendon can move over a bony edge, a joint can produce rougher creaking sounds, a knee can click during movement without anything dramatic happening. One word, cracking, gets used for several different noises. Now the better question, why can it feel so good? Because you did more than make a sound. You moved into a range you had not visited for a while. You stretched the capsule and the surrounding tissues. You gave the area a sudden, strong burst of sensory information, and sometimes the joint moves a little farther immediately afterward. There is research showing a small, immediate increase in finger joint range after a crack, but that does not mean the sound caused every part of the relief. The movement, the stretch, the expectation, and the sound all arrive together. This matters when somebody is treating you. In studies of spinal manipulation, getting more audible pops has not reliably produced better pain or movement outcomes. People can improve without a pop, and a loud series of cracks is not a score for how successful the treatment was. The sound is feedback. It is not a certificate. And no, the best available evidence does not support the old warning that habitual knuckle cracking causes hand arthritis. That does not prove that every possible way of forcing every joint is harmless. It means the specific arthritis story has not held up well. A painless knuckle crack is also not the same situation as repeatedly forcing a painful neck to the end of its range. If a joint sound comes with pain, swelling, locking, weakness, numbness, dizziness, or follows an injury, the sound is not the main question anymore. That deserves proper attention. What I listen for is the sentence underneath, "I needed to crack." Usually it means, "This area feels compressed. This movement gives me a quick sense of space. I trust the sound because it tells me something happened." All of that is understandable. But you do not need to keep chasing the noise to prove your body is moving correctly. Move because movement feels useful. Let a painless crack happen if it happens. And if the area only feels acceptable after you force it to pop 10 times a day, look at what keeps making it feel restricted instead of treating the sound as the solution. The crack is real. The relief can be real. The part we can let go of is the idea that a bone had to be put back where it belonged.